Oh yeah, crypto for freedom. Here we go, back again in the house, ready to get rich in crypto. And we ain't taking nothing from the man. Nah. We taking and making our own destiny out here, you guys. That's how we doing it. No better way.
You strong.
No better way, guys. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful day out here. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. How's everybody's week starting out here on a Monday? We're starting out strong with a live stream this morning. We're going to get our Dogecoin video out later today, but I got a few things going on this morning, so I figured I'd just hop on the live real quick before I get my video out. But yeah, we were just getting ready to make this our bear market range. Let's make the middle line red too, just for S and G's. If you know what that is, you know. We're going to call this our bear, let me spell it right, market range. Oh, we want it to go on the bottom though. Top, bottom. There we go. And this one is our bull market range. How's everybody's weekend out there? It's early Monday morning here where I'm at. I guess it's not that early yet still, but it's 9 a.m. or so. There we go. So we'll put this one in blue and we'll put this one in red just to indicate. There we go. So yeah, I think the price could be coming down, you guys. Could be coming down significantly lower. In my opinion, the top of the market for Bitcoin is in, since we've seen 540 days past the halving. We've seen this every bull market, 540 days past the halving, with an opportunity to buy cheap Bitcoin 1 year after that. Over here in October 2027, we saw 80+% retracement, then a 77% retracement. So are we going to see a 70% retracement and see Bitcoin come down all the way to $40,000? That makes complete perfect sense to me, considering that, you know, we see this downtrend every cycle and the price come up, retest, and then break out. Come up, retest, and then break out. It happened over here as well. Come up, retest, break out. And I think we could be seeing a lot lower prices. Maybe the price is going to come down, and obviously it's not going to go straight down like that, but we'll probably see this relief bounce into the 50-week moving average and then come down to this line. Something like this, you guys. And my strategy is to hold for the long term. I'm never going to sell all of my Bitcoin, but I did liquidate all of my altcoins and some of my Bitcoin stack to get ready to buy the dip next year. This is what I kind of see happening here. The price is going to fall from the top of the market to the bottom of the bear market range in the short term, maybe in the next 6 months. And we're going to see a 50% retracement. And then after that, we're going to see more downwards price action to the bottom of the bear market. And I think we're going to have a massive buying opportunity next year for Bitcoin. And I would stay prepared, you guys. Make sure you have multiple streams of income coming in. Make sure you have an emergency fund to protect your assets. That way, when we do kind of get into our bear market range and you have emergencies and stuff going on in your life, you don't have to sell at a 70% drop. You're going to be able to hold your assets long term through the bear market And, you know, with that multiple streams of income coming in, you're going to be able to buy the dip, DCA, dynamic DCA into the market and buy the dip. So I got a lot of clutter here on my chart. Let me clean my chart up a little bit. Take away some of these drawings. But yeah, I do see lower prices coming for Bitcoin and the altcoin market. Now, a lot of people have biases out there and they think the price is going to just keep going up. But I'm trying to be realistic here and just realize that the trend is your friend until the end. And the trend says we see, you know, only a certain amount of days from the bear market bottom to the top of the market. You know, we only see 1,085 days from the bear market bottom to the top of the market. So, you know, I think that time has elapsed, and I need to do what's best for my family, just like you need to do what's best for your family. And what's best for my family right now is taking profits and making sure that I have an emergency fund on the sideline and I have cash to buy the dip next year and take advantage of opportunities when I see them. And, you know, it's kind of crazy right now that Bitcoin dominance is still staying as elevated as it has, you know, considering the time period we are in the market. And it is on some pretty critical support right now. So if Bitcoin dominance were able to break through crap, hold on just a sec. If Bitcoin dominance were able to break through this trend line and come down, we could see some sort of an altcoin season, but I just really don't see that happening. I think, you know, as we see the Bitcoin price drop down, I think Bitcoin dominance could actually just continue up, surging up. And, you know, it is dubious speculation. I don't really know what's going to happen, you guys, but I am dubiously speculating here, you guys, that the price is going to go down into a downtrend. And the Dogecoin price has already entered into its bear market channel here, you guys. So we've made this channel multiple times. 1, 2 times in the past. And if you count this channel over here, might have even been 3 times in the past. So that looks like a trend to me. Although it is different this time because usually Dogecoin comes up to make a higher high each cycle. So if the peak were in October of 2024, that means we're making a lower high for the first time in Dogecoin's history throughout a 4-year market cycle. And, you know, it kind of seems like it might be following the XRP chart in a way where we're making a lower high here. And this took 2,550 days to make a new high. And I think the same thing could be happening for Dogecoin right now, where we're making a lower high and we could end up, you know, taking 2,550 days to break out to a new high. 2,550 days right there. So that would be like another 833 days from where we're at now. And I took a bars pattern yesterday of the XRP chart and I laid it over the Dogecoin chart to kind of give a representation of what I'm talking about. And we'll go ahead and copy this, paste it over here onto our Dogecoin chart. Oh, that didn't work out. That didn't work out the way I thought it was going to, because it would actually stretch out like this a little bit further. $2,550 days. 2,550 days. Hey, what's up, Victor? How you doing, man? I appreciate you being here. Appreciate you putting this time in, brother. Yeah, man. I really, you know what? It feels like a purpose of mine to come on here and make these videos and do these live streams. I've been streaming a couple times here and there over this last week as I've been setting up my stream. 2,550 days. Right there, you guys. See what I'm talking about. And could be seeing a lower high for Dogecoin. Gonna come into this bear market channel, come down, fake everybody out, and then finally break out of this downtrend over here. And that actually lines up with the 7-year cycle theory that I've been talking about. And how come my social stream ninja is not working? Hey. I just sent someone a message. Ding. Ding. Like your analysis has been following you for a few weeks. You're level-headed. I'm from North Carolina. Where are you from? I'm from Washington State, my guy. That's cool. You've been watching a few weeks. I appreciate you being here, man. I'm trying to stay pretty level-headed here. I don't want to get overly excited or overly, depressed in the other direction. I'm just trying to kind of bring level-headed TA here to the channel. So I really appreciate you guys being here. If you guys are new to the stream here, make sure to smash the like, subscribe to the channel. We've been putting out daily videos about Dogecoin and Bitcoin. And we're going to be doing some live streams here probably 3 to 4 times a week, if not more. So I really enjoy this kind of activity here, this streaming. And, I've really been listening to God, and God's telling me to come on and do these live streams and come on and put out this information, and told me that, this YouTube channel could be one of the most impactful, important work of my life. So I'm just kind of listening to my higher power and letting God guide me, and God told me to sell all of my Dogecoin. Not gonna lie. He said, you know what, bro? Time's up. You held long enough, and you don't need to get wrecked 90%. Young crypto for freedom. All right? You can hold your value in Tether and then buy the dip. And you know what? I've been in Bitcoin for coming on 5 years now. I first got into Bitcoin over here when Bitcoin was like $45,000. I bought after the FOMO pump. I'm watching your video, bro. Cool, man. I love that. Are you watching the live right now, or are you watching the video from yesterday? What kind of coins are you guys in? Are you guys in Bitcoin and Dogecoin as well, or are you guys into some of those other jank coins, those shiitake mushroom coins? I have a lot of experience live streaming, but I'm trying to get back into it here. So I appreciate everybody being here. Looks like we got 4 people watching in the live. So if you guys are watching the live, make sure to let me know where you're tuning in from and get your voice heard in the chat, man. In the meantime, I'm going to try to bring up this social chat ninja. Social stream ninja. Am I not logged into this? Right, hold on just a sec while I pull this up. I don't know where my social stream ninja went. Is this off? That needs to be on. There we go. Bitcoin, Doge, Fet Shiba. What's Fet Shiba? What's up, Dr. Doge? How you doing, man? Thanks for jumping in the chat. I appreciate you. trying to get my Stream Ninja up so I can put your guys' comments on the screen. So I'm not exactly sure why it's not coming up right now. Because I was like so excited to stream. Because I was like, oh, I'm going to get their comments up on the stream today. Oh, yeah, I'm going to stream today and get their comments up there. Yes, I'm so excited. And now it's not working. Green. Can Dogecoin go to $4 in 2026, says Twinkle Quotes. You know, that is a good question. And in my opinion, which I'm just a random guy on YouTube, and you should always do your own research, okay? This is the most important part about being in crypto, is doing your own research. I know it's really easy to, you know, get really excited about what people are saying online when they say, oh, yeah, Dogecoin is going to go to $4, 2,100% gain, you guys. You got to be in the market right now. You guys, 2,100% gain. You can't miss this 20x, bro. Come on. You know, sucked into that, roped into that mentality. But being level-headed is where it's at and realistic. So, you know, me being realistic tells me that 540 days past the halving, we see a peak for Bitcoin, all right? And last time, Dogecoin peaked out over here. Like, Dogecoin peaked out in the first peak right here for Bitcoin, and that was only 330 days past the halving. And where do we see a peak for Dogecoin? October of 2024. I mean, that was 330 days past the halving would be March of 2025, but October, I mean, yeah, so I don't know. The days just don't line up here, you guys, and it just seems like the market is going to be rolling over here. And, man, I love live streaming. Thank you guys so much for being here. I got 6 people in the chat, and this is making me really excited here on a Monday morning. I love it. And, you know what? I would love to come on here and tell you that Dogecoin is going to go to $4 in 2026. And it might. You never know. You always want to be prepared for multiple scenarios. And that's why I talk about having an emergency fund on the sideline. You know what? And if I deserve to make the money, I sold. I capitulated. So I don't deserve to make shit. And you do. So I hope you get rich in 2026. But on the opposite side, like I said, we got to stay level-headed. And we kind of see that, you know, let's take a look over here at Dogecoin again. Here, let me pull up my main screen here. That way you guys can see what's going on. Okay, so just initially, right off the bat, we can see between December of 2017 peak and the peak in 2021 was 1,225 days. Now, this wasn't really a peak, so I don't think that came out like right when, I mean, even to that peak, it was almost the same. Look at that. But from this peak to that peak, 1,274 days. Enough time has passed. What times am I live? I just started streaming last week, so I'm a little inconsistent right now, but I think I could probably go live in the morning. I'm still trying to get a schedule because I'm doing daily videos, and like I have something to do in 40 minutes, so I'm only going to be on for like another 30 minutes. But I'm starting to do daily videos for Dogecoin and Bitcoin, get on the live stream after that. But since I have stuff going on in a little bit here, I decided I was going to do my video later on today and do my live earlier. But I don't know. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and I'll put a poll in my posts and see what time is best for people that liked watching the live stream. So, but yeah, right now I could probably do mornings. And like, you know, the more you guys show up and come back to the live, the more I'm going to want to hop on and talk. You know, so we do see that 1,274 days have passed since the last top of the market over here. And now, you know, what happens if another 1,225 days go by? Where's that going to be at? 1,200 and 25 days will be April of 2028. So are we going to see the next peak for Dogecoin in April of 2028? Maybe. I've been really looking at this Doge Bitcoin chart. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, if you've seen any of my videos, but this is a 7-year cycle theory I keep talking about on my channel because I got wrecked, you guys. I got straight up wrecked. I FOMO'd in at the pump over here. Let me zoom out. I FOMO'd in right here, okay? This peak right here, I was like, oh, I gotta buy Dogecoin. Oh, it's gonna go to the moon again. I'm gonna get so rich. I have to buy Dogecoin. I'm gonna have no other opportunity. I freaked out, and you know what? Bitcoin was like $15,000 per coin right there, bro. I could have just bought Bitcoin, but you know what chart I wasn't looking at? I wasn't looking at this chart, bro. This is Bitcoin. This is Dogecoin over Bitcoin. And that was right here. Where was it? Right here? No, it was over here. Sorry. Wrong side. It was right here. This is where I bought my Dogecoin when it was completely overvalued against Bitcoin. Completely overvalued against Bitcoin. I could have waited and bought in. I could have just bought Bitcoin. I should have just bought Bitcoin, right? I should have just bought Bitcoin. But I didn't, and that's why it's so important to look at this chart. And you know what? I did actually kind of think that this chart could come up to see a lower high before the end of this cycle, and that would correspond with a Dogecoin blow off top. But that's not my base case anymore because we're more than 540 days past the halving. And I think I thought we could have been able to see one more push up here to this line to see Dogecoin come up to 50364 against Bitcoin. And that would have corresponded with a Dogecoin pump, up over here to a new all-time high. But it's looking less and less likely. The more days go by, it's looking less and less likely that we're going to end up seeing a new all-time high for Dogecoin this cycle. I mean, even Ethereum barely squeaked out a new all-time high. This second ascending triangle to me here on this Ethereum chart. And that's a bullish pattern where we find these highs that can't break out past a new high and then these higher lows. And this lines up with the Bitcoin 4-year cycle where, maybe we get a little bit of a relief rally, but then ultimately we come down and go into the bear market and come down to this trend line again. And then we end up coming back up, maybe falling back down. And then at some point, when is enough times to test this $5,000 level before we break out, right? And we've tested it a lot of times, right? We've tested it first right here, then right here. Didn't quite get to it right over here, but we did test it here. And if we just bring this line down even a little bit more and say that these other ones are deviations, we are actually testing this level like multiple times here, right? Got rejected after this deviation. Maybe we'll see one more rejection. Who knows? But probably not. But I think we go into a bear market here for Ethereum, just like Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is king. So the liquidity comes from Bitcoin. So maybe we test it again here, and then we finally break out, and the price target for this kind of pattern is from the low to the high. And if you guys are in Ethereum and you're expecting a $15,000 to $20,000 Ethereum this cycle, like all the big YouTubers were telling you, then that's why you have to do your own research. You have to understand these kind of patterns, you guys, and you have to understand these markets. And it takes a long-term horizon. You can't just come in and get rich in crypto overnight. You have to have a long-term horizon. You have to begin with the end in mind. That means having a profit-taking chart and sticking to your plan. That's the best way to get wrecked in crypto, is to not stick to your plan. So, and then if we jump over here to the Ethereum Bitcoin chart, This is, it looks like it's making a descending triangle to me. Like, yeah, you can draw these lines however you want. We could draw it like this. Maybe that's a symmetrical triangle, but, this kind of looks like a descending triangle to me. And, maybe even Ethereum, can't keep up with Bitcoin. And we just keep seeing lower highs, and then we break out to the downside of this triangle, and Ethereum just goes to zero against Bitcoin. I think that actually could be likely. I mean, Bitcoin is the hardest money that the world has ever seen. And I think Dogecoin is actually even more valuable than Ethereum is. I just don't like Ethereum's proof of stake. I just prefer the proof of work like Bitcoin and Dogecoin. That's why I talk about those two on my channel. I think everything else is pretty much a scam and well, not everything. There are some good utility coins out there, but I just don't really know enough about them or hold them. So, I mean, what kind of coins are you guys in? What kind of coins do you like? I know Dr. Doge said he was in Bitcoin Doge and Shiba, or FET Shiba. I don't know what FET Shiba is. Oops. Yeah, it's too bad I couldn't get my social chat ninja up again. I'm gonna have to take a look into that. Oh, it looks like Dogecoin's moving a little bit right now. Getting a little movement for Dogecoin. I just got a little price notification on my charts on my Coinbase saying that Dogecoin was going up above 15 cents. I don't really like looking at these lower time frame charts, to be honest. Even the daily chart, I like sticking on the weekly chart. Being more of a macro investor here. I'm not a trader, so if you guys are looking for trading advice, then you're on the wrong channel. You go check out Crypto Lifer. He's a pretty dang good trader. And yeah, I guess this stream is kind of winding down here. I don't really have too much more to talk about right now, to be honest. I just wanted to come on for a few and see if I get my social chat ninja up and get the comments on the screen, but for some reason it just ain't working. So I got to do a little bit more research on that to figure out why. Text to speech. No, I don't want that. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we're growing out here. We're almost to 500 subscribers, and it feels really good to be a part of this crypto YouTube community. I never really thought I could be like a crypto influencer and stuff when I first got into crypto, but the more I gained conviction in it and the more I just continued to improve myself, my speech was getting better the more I practiced it, and it just seems like I can do it now. I mean, I got 1,150 watch hours in 2 months, and I know that's a lot of that was a little inflated because of the top of the market, saw me a lot of views there. But, I'm just going to build this channel over through the bear market and hopefully monetize. I'm going to keep doing videos every single day, or at least, as often as I can. And I'm going to continue to, do live streams and build the community here and try to bring as much value as I can to the channel and as much entertainment as I can to the channel. I know you guys are rocking with me. I see you guys watching on the videos. I've been getting 250 views on some videos. Some of my highest viewed videos were right at the top of the market for Bitcoin. I think I had like 1,200 views on one of my Dogecoin videos, so that was pretty cool. And it looks like everything's starting to kind of push up a little bit right now, a little bit of a relief bump, and that's cool. It's always fun being on the live when there's price action moving, so it's pretty fun and exciting. Let's see who my top fans are today. Victor Patel, you're my top fan today with 75 XP, and then Doge Doctor with 50 XP and Twinkle Quotes with 50 XP. That's super cool, man. So glad to have you guys on the live today. Just a sec, I'm getting a phone call. Yo, all right. We done. We done with that phone call. We're back. So yeah, we're pretty much saying that we think Bitcoin topped out here in October. Historically, Bitcoin tops out in Q4 of the post-halving year. And right now we're in Q4 of the post-halving year. So, I mean, there does exist a scenario where Bitcoin comes back up and makes a new all-time high, but it's very unlikely at this point. At this point, I think the most we're really going to see is a relief rally for Bitcoin, and that's probably going to come back up to back test the 50-week moving average, which right now looks like it's rolling over pretty good. And the last time it rolled over, it just kept rolling over, going down. So there's just so many different confluences right now that's telling me that the top of the market is in. And yeah, I just can't really justify holding all of my altcoins down 90%, and I just had to get out of the market. And you know what, there's time-based capitulation going on, so people are probably gonna end up seeing a relief rally and then lower prices and then end up selling out of the market. And I doubt we're going to, break out of this channel anytime soon. Last time we kind of entered into our bear market channel, we ended up staying in that channel for a substantial amount of time, 900 days to be exact. And it happened over here as well, 900 days. But I had somebody come onto my channel and say, tell me it only happened one time, so you're dubiously speculating, but let's see if it happened over here too. Oh, okay, 900 days over here, so it happened 2 times. I don't know if that's dubious speculation or not, but I am dubiously speculating that we're going to be in a bear market here for a substantial amount of time, probably 900 days. And man, I just love doing these live streams, you guys. So thank you so much for being here. I do got some other stuff going on today in a little bit here, so I'm only going to be on the live for another probably 10 to 15 minutes. So if you guys have any questions, make sure to throw them in the chat. We already had a few questions in the chat. Everybody dipped out because I didn't really keep the stream going very well, but that's all right. Next time I'll plan it a little better. That way I can have more success. If you get knocked down, then every time I get knocked down, I'm going to analyze what I did wrong, and I'm going to get up and try it again. And that's, same thing is true with crypto. So if I miss the bull run again, then the top of the market's in. And here's where I sold my my Dogecoin last time. It was like 4 cents. Yeah, here's where I sold my Dogecoin last time, 4 cents. So I bought it down here, and I sold it up here. I thought I was buying low and selling high. Turns out, still had a lot more to go, and I could have sold a lot higher prices, but that's all right. Now it looks like Dogecoin is, kind of testing this. Oops, whoopsies. So yeah, Dogecoin kind of held in this bull market range for a long period of time here. This was the bull market range that Dogecoin held in. It was what? Let's see here. 385 days that we held this level before we broke down. So that means we might be breaking down next week out of this level. So I'm out, you guys. Like this is enough confluence for me. Salsa Bill says, buy any amount of Bitcoin. Please support crypto market. Every night has the ending. Every day has the beginning. Bitcoin will bounce back to new all-time high, 150K anytime soon. Don't sell your crypto. Yeah, I just don't agree. I just don't agree with that. And I've been getting a lot of comments like that. Everybody's saying the price is going to go up. So if everybody's convinced the price is still going up, then you're just, kind of like going with the herd. And the way to win in crypto is to kind of go against the herd. So if everybody thinks we're still going up, then I'm flipping the other way, man. I'm flipping bearish on that one. So I just don't think the price is going to go back to 150K because we've seen 546 days past the halving. And yeah, it's a trend now at this point, right? Because it's happened 3 times. And until we see that trend broken, I'm going to be trading the trend because the trend is your friend until the end. So if the price does come up and make a new high, I mean, yeah, we already saw a new all-time high before the halving. So the cycle is a little different this time. But it's, the cycles tend to rhyme and they're not high by the halving. It's still rhyming, you guys. It's still doing the same thing where it breaks out, comes back to back test the bear market resistance line. It's done it multiple times where it broke out, came back, tested the back bear market resistance line, and same thing over here in the first bear market. Broke out, came back and retested, and then boom, off to the races, boys and girls. So I don't know. Everybody's got to do what's best for their own family. And if that means, you think the bull market is still on right now and you think the price is going to go up to $150,000, then, that's what's best for you and that's what's best for your family, then you got to do that. But in my opinion, it's best to be prepared for multiple scenarios. That means having an emergency fund on the sideline, having multiple streams of income coming in, being debt-free. That way you can consistently dollar cost average into the markets, beginning with the end in mind and having a plan. So that's what I'm going to preach, emergency fund and having a plan, being debt-free. So, yeah, thanks for the comment. I appreciate that. Much love, everybody. I really wish I could have put it up on the screen, but for some reason I can't get this social stream ninja going. It's really unfortunate. But it is what it is. And I'll tell you this much. I wish I knew how to do it, though. Social stream ninja. Social stream ninja not working. Social stream, try refreshing the browser sources in OBS. Restarting the app or browser, or checking for browser throttling. To re-enable the extension, ensure you're logged into the platform and make sure the chat window is visible. Well, I got the extension on. It is on. Message statistics. 0 messages processed this session. API WebSocket disabled, optional. Do not close. This is not the main application. This is just a background service page that powers Social Stream Ninja. All settings and controls are available through the extension pop-up or main menu. Do not close this page or the extension will stop working. Maybe that's why it wasn't working. I closed this page. Crap. I need to do a little bit more research. I keep saying this, but I need to do more research on my Social Stream Ninja. That way I can get your guys' comments up on the screen, because I would love that. That way it can be more engaging for my community and stuff. And help get this message out to the YouTube algorithm, out to the YouTube gods and whatnot. That way, we can teach more people about this cryptocurrency gospel up in here. Yes, we do. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, so Bitcoin. Most likely going to make a head and shoulders pattern here. Already making it. Already forming it. Getting ready to see lower prices. If you guys are still bullish right now, I'm not bullish right now in the chat if you still are, because we've seen multiple weekly closes now underneath the 50-week moving average, which historically has been the start of the bear market. We've seen 540 days past the halving. So why are you still bullish? Like, that's all I really need, honestly. And what's the RSI doing? Yeah, the RSI even broke out. So last time we went into the bear market at 53%. And then once it broke down, and by the way, I got this from Benjamin Cohen into the Cryptoverse, so I just want to credit him this idea. Same thing over here. We're holding out at this 44 level, and we broke down. I mean, this is a convincing breakdown to me. So that's another, more confluence, guys. More confluence that the top of the market for Bitcoin is in, and I'm not going to see my bags ride down 90%. I've even sold a pretty good amount of my Bitcoin just to make sure I have my emergency fund on the sideline, and that I can buy the dip, because there's nothing worse to get into the bottom of the bear market, seeing Bitcoin at 15,000 and having no dry powder on the sideline to buy the dip, seeing all the fear in the street with FTX and not being able to buy the dip. And I think, the same kind of dip is coming here in the future, and you want to have dry powder on the sideline to buy the dip. That doesn't mean you should go panic sell everything you have right now. You want to make a plan and stick to it. And my plan was take profits after 2 weekly closes after the 50-week moving average. And actually, I took it before. I sold Bitcoin when it was still up here at 103,000, 107,000 before this big drop. So I feel pretty good about that. And we could end up seeing a relief rally to see the price back test the 50-week moving average. And then who knows when that'll happen. It'll probably happen soon. But last time we saw the drop, so we'll probably end up seeing this consolidation phase again before the big drop. And I think it's likely, guys, likely going to happen here. So always begin with the end in mind. Always do your own research. And we are seeing Bitcoin, pumping up a little bit right now to almost 38,000. In the short term, there's multiple levels that we need to get above if we're going to, even talk about being bullish again. And the first one would be right here at 92,000. And then the next one would be over here at 106,000. And if we pulled, let's just pull out this anchor. Yeah, so the point of control is up here at 112,000 for this range. So, unless we're able to see Bitcoin kind of come back up above the 50-week moving average on the weekly chart and, get back up to this 112,000 to the point of control, there's a lot of resistance there. There's a lot of resistance, you guys, because, we just haven't seen the higher prices, man. I thought we were going to see much higher prices. I thought Bitcoin was going to go up to 180K. I thought Dogecoin was going to go up to like $2 or higher. And I was positioned like that, but it just didn't end up working out that way. So, it is what it is, and I have to just read the charts and read the mark that I have in front of me and do what I got to do what's best for my family. But some of these, some of these moves are just, if you could just sniff them out before they happen, man, and you can get ahead of the trade. I'm going to go ahead and take all my brush marks off the chart real quick, clean up the chart a little bit. So yeah, like this one right here. This is a parallel triangle. Parallel triangle, you guys. Oh yeah, parallel triangle. Right there. Boom, to the moon, baby. You can tell that price target. Hit the price target, man. It's like exactly it, you guys. And then here's another pattern. This is a rising wedge. It's lining up, you guys. It's lining up. So just do your own research. Make sure to begin with the end in mind. You guys are going to make it, all right? So I'm going to end the stream here. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Smash the like button. Come back to the next live stream. Check out all my other videos in the description down below in the playlist. And make sure to always do your own research. None of this is financial advice. And with that, we'll see you guys on the next video, okay? So make sure to tell all your friends, share the channel out to everybody. Give me a round of applause. Say good work. Crypto for freedom. Thanks for putting in the work, my dude. I'm doing it. So I just want you guys to be successful just like me. But we out. We can't all win. We can't all win in these markets. When somebody makes money, somebody has to lose money on the other side of that trade. So that's why you got to do your own research. That way you're not on the losing side of the trade. Like I made a buttload of money, guys. I made a buttload of money in Bitcoin, guys. Like a metric buttload, okay? Like this time right here, these were good times. I'll tell you what, these were good times, all right? And these times over here, they're going to be good times too because I sold the top of the market. So now these are going to be good times too. And then when it comes down here to the bear market, those are going to be good times because we're going to be buying the bottom of the market. And then for 3 years after that, it's going to be good times. We're going to make a lot of money in Bitcoin, all right? So stick to your plan, you guys. Stick to your plan. All right, you guys.